some of those cups. That's what I forgot to do. Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy, and this is the Miss Yancy Network. Today, we are going to be up-potting some more of my bell pepper plants. You guys already have helped me up-pot some of them, but I just have so many, and I haven't had the time to up-pot all of them. And I started some other seeds like my tomatoes and stuff like that. That video is going to be coming to y'all very, very soon. So, you know, because of life and other things going on, so I haven't had the chance to up-pot all of my peppers. But I really need to get them out of these containers because they have outgrown their spaces. And I have multiple seeds in each of these. I have multiple seedlings in each of the growing pots because I grew so many. So I really need to get them out of here because now they're competing for space. The roots are competing for the nutrients and they want to grow. So if I don't get them out of here, they're going to start dying. And we'll see the survivor of the fittest and see who's going to win this game. So instead of that, I want to keep all of them. So I'm on here tonight to separate these and just give you guys some tips and tricks. Come on here, have some garden chat, and answer some questions that you guys may have. So if you guys are just joining the chat, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Please let me know in the comments where you are from and where you're watching from and what you're doing and what you're growing. You know, let us know in the chat. And if you are part of the replay gang, definitely let us know in the comments where you're watching from and what you're growing and if you have up-potted any of yours. And if you're crazy like me and growing like 50 plants in each tray. Isn't that crazy, y'all? So I am just trying to get my table together and then we're gonna get started on with all of these plants. Thank you so much for liking the video. If you're watching with us, hey Donzel, welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is what we're separating. This is what we're up-potting tonight. And then hopefully I will have more to up-pot. Actually, hopefully I will have time. Let's say that. I am trying to be on here for like an hour with you guys, the most hour and a half, because I know a lot of you guys have to go to bed or go to work. So I'm just trying to clear my table, y'all. It's like at this point, I don't even know where to put all this stuff at. Like, it's crazy. I'm about to show you guys what my dining room look like in a second. So it's crazy. It is crazy. And I also purchased something from Facebook Marketplace that I cannot wait to show y'all. I have a video of that as well. But y'all, look at these peppers. Aren't they beautiful? Look at how pretty they are. This is grown up big. Hey, Florida. Florida in the house. Hey, Florida. Who else? Okay, so Florida's in the house. All right, all right, all right. Hey, y'all, keep letting us know where you're watching from. I'm just clearing the table. These are the ones that we up-potted together the other day on live. Look at how well they're growing. And they're growing this well because they each individually have their own cups that they're growing in and not competing, you know, their roots are not competing for space or nutrients. So they're doing pretty well, y'all. And I'm about to actually start hardening them off because I told you guys I am selling these plants to the community. I will be selling them, so I'm about to start hardening them off, and people have already started purchasing. So I'm super excited to be able to give them my really nice plants. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Not there over here trying to fall down. All right, so I can't see you guys' messages right now, so let me log in to my computer so I can be able to see what you guys are saying in the chat. But if you're just joining, I'm just clearing my table so we can get started on up-potting. You guys are letting me know where you're watching from in the comments, and you guys are also letting me know where you're growing and if you've already started to up-pot, and if some of you guys are crazy enough to actually put stuff outside if you're in zone 8 and below. I know zone 8 and above or 9 and above, I know that you guys already have stuff outside in the garden. But if you're in zone 8 and below, let me know if you guys are crazy enough to start putting stuff outside. And when I say crazy enough to start putting stuff outside, I'm really talking about like hot weather plants. I know cool weather plants, they're outside right now. But if you guys have been putting some hot weather plants outside, let me know. Let your girl know. Let me know in the chat. So right now I'm just trying to come on here so I can be able to see your comments, and then I can be able to conversate with y'all. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see. And you guys, please don't forget to like the video, okay? Don't forget to like the video. All right, hold on. I think I see a comment that I am. Oh gosh, these gloves now, they're not trying to work. What in the world? What in the world? Oh, Chastity Anderson say, hey, Miss Yancey. All right, let me go read it to my phone. All right, I want to get this together. And then I'll be able to. Hey, Miss Yancey, I used your method of soaking my pepper seeds on 311 and all my seeds germinated. Yay! That is amazing. And all my seeds germinated. I'm watching from South Carolina. Hey, South Carolina. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful to hear, Chastity. I'm the crazy one who put my seedlings outside. And they're doing well. Peppers, tomatoes, okras. Okay, so what zone are you in? You're in South Carolina, which means that you probably have like a really good zone. Are you in like zone 9? I am in zone 8 and my seedlings are still inside. That's right, Golden. That's right. I'm in zone 8 and honey, y'all see all my seedlings inside. But what you want to do though, if your seedlings are like mine and they're at this like stage, you want to start hardening them off now. You want to start hardening them off like when the temperature is like 50 degrees and above. You want to start taking them outside so that they can start getting used to the outside element. So by the end of April, hopefully, like crossing fingers, the temperature should be 50 degrees and above consistently, and y'all could just let them be outside and just, you know, remain hardening until it's time to plant. So my goal is, after I am done up potting all of these, I'm going to start hardening them off this weekend because I am selling these and I don't want people to just take, so some people are crazy like that. I was one of those people. If you don't know, you just don't know. They will purchase like a plant from anyone and they'll just go and put it outside, even from the store. They'll just go and take it in their garden and plant it. And that's one of the biggest mistakes you could do because you don't know the growing process that it was in. So you might want to, you know, keep it inside for a little bit. And a lot of the times these plants that you get from the store, they were grown in a greenhouse and they never saw like the day of light, like outside of the greenhouse. So they just, you know, when you go and purchase them, they're like sitting outside, and then guess what? A lot of them, you'll see them dying at those department nurseries. You'll see a lot of these plants dying outside. That's because it was sitting in the greenhouse the entire time, and then now boom, they just gave it like that shock, and now they have it sitting outside in the garden center. And then when you buy it, you're thinking that, oh, these people, they know what they're doing. It's really not their specialty. A lot of the people that they hire to work in the garden center, I've asked them many questions before. They have no clue what I'm talking about, and it's like they have to find all these managers that ultimately don't know what they're talking about either. So you have to remember, a lot of these people are not gardening experts, they just work there. So when you purchase those plants from those nurseries, like in the department stores, you want to make sure you bring it inside and gradually, you know, put it outside, try to nurse it back to health, you know, to be, you know, good enough to take outside. But anyway, so you want to start hardening your plants, you know, once the weather start being like 50 degrees and up. And I think that that's what I'm going to do. And y'all, oh my goodness, I'll probably show it to y'all in another video. So today I did like a plant swap, which is another thing that you could do in your area, like a plant swap. And I did a plant swap with somebody. They got a ton of my bell peppers and they give me a ton of like exotic hot peppers. I'm so excited to share what those hot peppers are with you guys. I cannot wait to grow them. Cause you know, I'm growing like basic. You already seen the failure with my habaneros. So, okay, you're in AB. Me too. I'm in AB, Chastity. I'm in zone AB as well. But all right, so let's get started. I'm over here running my mouth. Running my mouth. Let's get started. Okay, so we have our soil. You guys already know what soil that I am using. This is the Miracle Grow Organic Moisture Control um, potting mix. And I told you guys the reason why I'm using this is because I like it. It doesn't have a ton of what is it called? Wood chips in them. There's wood chips in them, but they're like almost composted, so I'm okay with it. And y'all saw the plants I just showed y'all; they're growing swimmingly in this soil, so I haven't had any issues with it. I know a ton of people do not like Miracle Grow. I don't like Miracle Grow soil either, but I don't like the in-ground soil. So this is my first time really using Miracle Grow organic potting mix, the moisture control one. And I've definitely seen a lot of bad reviews about it. But so far, I haven't had any issues. My plant seems to be doing well with it. Maybe it's the way I'm growing it. I don't know. I don't know what different that I'm doing. But so far, it seems pretty good, y'all. And it's light and airy, and in every bag, I feel like every bag is not going to be the same because I definitely went and purchased new soil. But for the most part, I mean, it's cool. I'm just up potting. I'm not starting my seeds with it. So, yeah, y'all. Thank you guys so much for liking the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please continue to like it. I appreciate ya. Let me go get the cups and then we can get started. And let me go get my water because your girl is thirsty. Thirsty, okay? I am thirsty. All right, so get that like that. And then get my cups. Oh my gosh. Y'all, so I'm using these plastic cups that I've been using. Got this from Costco. And it is like, like the bulk order of it. And then what I did was I got a knife and I just slit like a cut in it so that when I pour, like when I'm watering these, it's able to come through the cup and it's able to drain very well. So yeah, nothing fancy here, y'all, but I love these cups and I will be using this for years to come until they look terrible. We know we're resourceful over here, y'all. All right, let me get my water and then we can get started. Got my water, got my cups. And then I am going to get a stool to sit on. And can you guys let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask me. I'll be doing some Q&A as we're talking about these plants that we're doing tonight. So put in the comments if y'all have any questions, comments. I love the fact that y'all have tried my germination process and it worked for you. I'm so happy for y'all. I am so happy, so happy that it worked for y'all. That's amazing. I love hearing those feedbacks. All right. And then also when we're done uppotting these, we're going to be using the banana water to water it. This is our little DIY fertilizer that we will be doing today. And y'all already know it's banana peels inside a bottle of water. We let it sit for a couple of days. Yo, look at it. Look at all it is. All that goodie is being extracted out of here. All right, I think I see a comment. Terry said, I place water at the bottom of my pan, but the top soil seems dry. Can I spray the top of the soil? I have grow lights on them. Yeah, so when you have grow lights on them, the top is gonna tend to dry, which is good. You want the top to dry. You want the top to be dry because you don't want it to mold. So, what I tell people is how to tell that your plant is dry. Like the top doesn't have to look wet, okay? You don't want the top to look wet. Like this looks a little wet because I watered it from the top. But how to tell if your plant is dry, even if it looks dry from the top, you want to take like a little finger, poke it like all the way inside of the soil, like on the side, right? And then pull your finger out. If you see soil on your finger, like here, if you see soil stick on your finger, I know this is a glove, but it's still sticking. If you see soil stick on your hand, that means your plant is nicely hydrated. It has water at the bottom. So you want to poke your hands all the way at the bottom. The main concern you have here is for your roots to be moisturized or to be hydrated. That's what you want. So if you poke your hands inside your soil and you have soil on your finger, you're fine. But if you put your hands in it and you pull it out, if you put your finger in it and you pull it out and there's no soil on your finger, it's like the soil is like sliding off of your finger, that means you need to water it. So even though the top may be dry, that just means it is very possible for the roots to have enough water. It's very possible that there's enough water on the bottom. It may just be that the top is dry, and because you have grow lights and they probably possibly have a fan or some type of breeze coming through. Okay, so you want to check that first before you spray any water on top, because what you don't want to do is, if there's water already at the bottom, if the roots are already good and you spray water on top, there's a possibility that it can mold up, especially if you don't have a fan blowing your plants. There's a high possibility that you might see mold at the top because it is not drying the way it needs to dry at the top, if you get what I mean. So try that out, and if it comes out dry, then yes, go ahead and pour some water on the top, and then it'll trickle down. Thanks for that question, baby. Can you please make more of these, like with the holes at the bottom? Thank you. All right. Let's see if you have any more questions for me. Oh, I forgot. Y'all know what we need up in here. Up in here, we have our handy dandy little containers that I got from. Where I get this from? I got this from Home Depot. I got this from Home Depot. So that's where I'm going to be sitting the plants in as I uppot them in the cup. All right, let's see if anybody have any more questions. And when you do that, let me know if that's helpful, okay? Please let me know if what I just explained to you, if it was helpful, if you understand what I mean. But I love the fact that it worked out for you, the germination. I actually have some seeds that I have germinating right now during the same exact step. So I'm super excited. I have some tomatoes, and y'all, not only do I have tomatoes, I am starting new habanero seeds again, because the last one I did has not germinated yet, and it really sucks. So guess what, y'all? I went to the store yesterday and I bought some habaneros. Your girl gave in and she bought some habaneros because I just can't. All right, y'all, so this is the step. You're gonna put your soil in the cup, and then today I'll also be showing you, how to separate. Oh my gosh, I definitely need spoon, y'all. So let me show y'all what I grew this thing in. When I say the ghetto, I need a spoon to actually take these out. Normally, I would be doing a different process to take these out, but I need a spoon to get these out today. Oh, man. All right. So let me just show you guys what I'm growing this in. Y'all, you guys see this? I got this container from Home Depot for the free. Y'all know we like the free over here, right? Okay, so this container is actually a container where they have seedlings sitting in a container. So this is what is supposed to carry the seedlings in. You're not supposed to actually plant in there, or that's not how they use it. And so they got rid of this, just how they got rid of these after the seedlings are sold. They get rid of these because they don't need it anymore. When I saw this, y'all, guess what? I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many seedlings to start. I'm about to use this as a tray to grow my seeds in. And guess what I did? Used it as a tray to grow my seeds in. So that's the reason why I need a spoon to dig these out, because this is not made to grow your actual plants in. I'm just being real resourceful, so I don't have to buy all these extra seed trays. Okay, so Don't say I didn't tell y'all nothing. Okay? Don't say Michelle, Miss Yancey didn't give y'all nothing. All right. Hey, Cece. Hey, Cece. Hey, Cece. How you doing? Hey, stop listening to me, Siri. I did not say Siri. I said Cece. All right, so we are going to put our soil in here. Yes, you know, Siri likes to listen to our conversation. We have to tell it to stop listening, you know? All right, y'all, so like I told you guys, I'm going to be using a spoon to actually dig this out because, yeah. Oh my God. See, usually, oh my gosh, you could do that, y'all. Remember how I was telling you guys you have to, like, you know, push it and squeeze it, squeeze around. You want to, you know, just push it around and squeeze around just to make sure that the roots can loosen up so it's easy to come up. Y'all, I can do that with this. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it with it, but I can. For the most part, I can do it as much as possible. It seems like I can only do it really with the edges, but it seems fine. It seems way fine. Okay, so that's great. So I could probably just pull this up. Ooh, look at this, y'all. I could just pull this up after I squeezed around it. But this is what it looks like. Alrighty, y'all. Let's get started. All right, so as you can see, I have 3 plants here. So I am going to now have to separate it. So what you want to do is just, you know, try to remove the soil from around the plants as much as possible, but be gentle. You don't want to disturb the roots. And then you're just going to, you know, just try to shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off, just like this. And then you're going to gently try to pull it apart. It should come apart very easily. Typically, this works very well when it's dry, when the soil is dry, because the soil tends to come off easily when it's dry. But this is working just fine too. And that's how you separate your seedlings that you are growing together. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to keep telling me where you're watching from. Where are the people watching from tonight? Where are you guys watching from? I see there's a couple of you in here. Where are you guys watching from tonight? Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, any review like Chastity had. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that your seeds are germinating. That is amazing. Let me tell you, okay? Because one of the worst things that can happen is when you start your seeds and they don't germinate. You know just how my habaneros did not germinate at all. Ooh, that sucked. All right, guys. So one thing about peppers, you don't have to like bury it deep like tomatoes. Tomatoes, you want to bury it as deep as possible. Like tomatoes, you could bury it, you know, in there until it's even around like the leaves on there. You can bury it all the way up there. You don't have to do it for peppers. I know I did it like that in my other videos, but you really don't have to do that for peppers because peppers don't root on, they don't, their roots is at the bottom. It doesn't have like a bunch of, you know, it doesn't root on the entire stem. Tomatoes, the entire stem is like a root. You could bury the entire tomato and a bunch of tomato seedlings or plants is gonna pop up. Oh, hey Oklahoma. Hey Florida. In the house. Oklahoma and Florida in the house. Okay, okay. South Carolina in the house. How's it going? How's it going? How's your seedlings? Okay, so let me tell you guys, while people are letting us know in the comments where they're watching from, let me tell you guys what I got from Facebook Marketplace. I'm so excited. But all right, y'all, so there you go. That is how you up-pot your seedling, and you just want to make sure you have enough soil, you know, on that bad boy. You want to make sure you have enough soil. The last couple of ones, I buried it very deep. Like I buried it all the way up here. I didn't need to, so I'm going to leave this up top as much as possible. Ooh, yes. Let me know what zone you're watching from as well, or what zone you're in. Not what zone you're watching from. Oh, hey, hey, 7B in the house. Ooh. So, CC, when do you plan on putting your plants outside? Do you follow the DMV rule of when we put our plants outside in May or Mother's Day? Do you follow that, or when do you put your plants outside? When do you plan on putting your plants outside? Because in the DMV area, we um, we put our plants, or on this side of town. I'm in Maryland. We put our plants outside. We put our plants outside in May around Mother's Day, because that's when over here the temperatures are 50 degrees and higher for the low. So you want to make sure that your low is 50 degrees and up consistently before you actually plant your seedlings outside, specifically hot weather plants like peppers and tomatoes, because they will die. Also, cucumbers, and things like that. They don't like the cold. So you want to make sure that the weather is consistent. And guys, let me tell you, okay, this year I am not starting cucumbers in the beginning of the year. I'm still thinking about it. My plan is to start cucumbers after July. What do you guys think? What like when do you plan on starting your cucumbers? If you are growing cucumbers, when do you plan on starting? Mm. CC said no man. No man to what? To when you're putting your seedlings out in May. Terry said my area says after Good Friday. CC, what's your zone again? It's 8, right? 8B. Cause Good Friday, I think Good Friday is next week. I think Good Friday is next week, and I think Easter is the following week. If I think, I'm not sure. Terry said I'm going to have to do mine later, but I'm getting the tomatoes already started. I'll place my okra the end of April. You know, this year, let me tell you guys my plans. Things like okra, um, things like watermelon, things like cantaloupe, corn. I think I'm gonna direct sow it this year. I don't think I'm gonna start them inside. As a matter of fact, maybe I might start one or two plants of the cantaloupe and the watermelon. I might start like two of each, but the rest of them I'm going to direct sow it. But for sure, like the okra and corn, I'm gonna direct sow it this year. I am not starting it from inside. Nope, I'm not doing that to myself, because they grow pretty quick, and so I need the space in my house, and I'm not in a rush. I think I'm still gonna get a ton of okra and corn if I direct sow it. So my plan is to direct sow it in May. I might direct sow it in the beginning of May. That's my plan for those specific plants. Last year I planted 430, but I'll check the 10-day forecast to be safe. Chastity said last year I waited until after Mother's Day, but I've already planted but some okra and okay. CC, you're in Virginia and you're 7B. I would totally wait till like the week of Mother's Day to actually plant outside. At least like the hot weather. But it's totally up to you. It's an experiment. If you want to experiment, you can experiment with like one or two plants and see how it does. I think it's a good idea to like experiment with like one or two plants, but I don't want you to be disappointed if you go and just put all of your plants outside, and then you're like taking that huge chance. So put like one or two plants outside if you do decide to plant at the end of this month. Put like one or two outside and see how it goes, and then if it's not doing well, and then you have to rest for Mother's Day week, because out here in the DMV area, That's when we typically put all of our plants outside. All right, we're gonna squeeze it over here. All right. Wow. So what I'm noticing is that um, this container, it has like in between them, it has like holes in between them that's like connecting. So all the soil is in here. So it seems like the pepper plants, their roots started to like intertwine with like, so like the one that was here, it had roots over here. So this is gonna be interesting. This shall be interesting. But for the most part, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You guys don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video, okay? Oh yeah, so let's get to what I was talking about. Facebook Marketplace. Y'all, on Facebook Marketplace, I got a mini greenhouse. It's a, I forgot the brand, what the brand is, but it's a very popular brand for like, you know, those temporary greenhouses with like plastic. So I bought one for like $20 on Facebook Marketplace, and my plan is to, since I just started, actually I haven't restarted my habanero seeds because I'm restarting it, so it's going through the germination process again. Um, my plan is to put it in that mini greenhouse because it's gonna trap the heat in there, and you know hot peppers really need the heat to grow. So that's my plan. I'm hoping that you know it works out for me. Y'all pray for me, y'all. The habaneros are kicking my butt, y'all. They are kicking my butt. Like for some reason, they're not trying to work with me, and they were perfect last year. They grew so perfectly. So I don't know what's up with the seeds. Cece said, "Okay, I'll try that. Putting a few out to test. These plants are not seedlings anymore. They have become young adults." Do you know what that tells me? That tells me that you started super early. And I understand why you probably start early because, you know, you are in zone 7B. So I understand why you started early. I really wish that I started my peppers in January because if I started my peppers in January, these would be looking like so beautiful and large. But I started in the middle of February. But bell peppers grow, you know, compared to other peppers, bell peppers grow faster than hot peppers. All the sweet peppers grow faster than hot peppers, so I know I'll be fine with these. The hot peppers, but I can't wait to show you guys the peppers that I swapped with. I actually swapped. I'm on a gardening group. I have my own gardening group. If you guys have not joined the gardening group yet, the link is in the description. Go ahead and join my gardening group. But I'm also in another local gardening group for the DMV area, and I posted in there like my seedlings because I am selling these. I posted in there that I'm selling them, and there's this lady. She only grows hot peppers, so she was like, "Would you like to trade? I give you some super exotic hot peppers, and you give me some bell peppers because she doesn't grow bell peppers." I was like, "Absolutely, I can't. I would love to grow some of those peppers she's growing just to check it out and see how it's like." So this is gonna be my first time growing those peppers. I can't wait to see how it's gonna turn out. Oh, thank you, Cece. Cece said my ceilings look great. But I'm sure if you started your peppers like before me, I'm sure yours look amazing. I'm sure they're huge. Yep. Yeah, I think so too. I think they will take off in these containers. And then also I'm about to start hardening them off. Um, you know, the plants they grow faster when they're outside because they're getting direct sunlight and you know, the real deal. They're getting what they need. They're getting their source. So I'm gonna start hardening these off, especially because I am selling them and I wanna make sure I'm giving it to people already hardened for those who are very impatient and ready to put their peppers outside. So it will already be used to the outside element. It will already be used to the outside element and it won't die. Because what I give people the warnings. I'm like, these were grown indoors. So you want to introduce them to the outside element, you know, little by little. But people don't have the patience. Usually people that buy seedlings, they don't have the patience to do what we're doing. And they just want to plant immediately. So I'm going to definitely go ahead and start hardening them off for the people who are about to buy them. Hello there. Thanks, Donzel. Hey, Marie. Welcome to the chat. We're just on here trying to continue. Oh yeah, these are so wet because I watered these not too long ago. And that's the thing, when these are wet, you really want to be really gentle when you're separating the roots because it's like the soil is so thick on it, so you really want to be very gentle when you're pulling the roots apart. Terry said, my bell peppers have their first leaves. It's been 4 weeks. When do I expect to have my true leaves? It's taking forever. You should see them soon. You should see them. It maybe in like the next week or two. Also, do you have like a lot of lighting? Because you remember peppers need a lot of heat. So if you have like a lot of, like these don't have a lot of lighting. The ones that look bigger, mind you, I started all these peppers at the same time. So the ones that look bigger, those are the ones that are getting as much light as possible. I already showed you guys my setup. I don't have lighting everywhere. There, you know, there's light on top of it, but I don't think it's enough light. If I had enough light on these should be way bigger like the other ones. But check your lighting and see the heating, you know, and things like that. You should start seeing their true leaves very soon. At least you have their first leaves. That's a good sign that you have their first leaves. Okay, and then even with their first leaves, like just give it some time. Don't feel rushed. I know this seems like, oh my gosh, it needs to happen like tomorrow. Once the temperature starts getting good and you're taking them outside to like harden them, they are going to grow extremely fast. So just, you know, just be patient. Just be patient a little bit. But yeah, so when like these plants, I think I already showed you guys. I could, when I'm done, I could show you guys what it looks like on the bottom of the table that I have back here that I have my plants sitting on. What I do is this grass? What are you doing here, grass? What I do is like I have like my smaller seedlings. I have it under the table so it can get like direct light right on top of it. Like they need that. Like they need that heat. They need that heat. They should be coming soon. Peppers take a while. Peppers take a while, so just be patient. Like if it was like tomatoes, that thing be like boom, 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 boom. They grow so fast. That's why when Terry said they're like young adults, it's hilarious. I'm wondering if she's talking about her tomatoes because tomatoes definitely grow pretty huge or pretty quickly. That's the reason why I haven't started my tomatoes yet. I started the seeds today and I will be planting them in the tray tomorrow. So, but usually last year I started my tomatoes in March. And when I tell you guys, I definitely had young adults. By the time it was time to plant them, tomatoes was coming on the plant. Like I was looking at tomatoes while it was still inside my cup. And when they go outside, it's gonna grow 10 times faster. All right, so Terry said, oh no. Cece said, I started 3 kinds of hot peppers on February 6th. Okay. Terry said, I have grow lights. Oh yeah, we already covered that. Cece said, my bell peppers are growing much slower than the other peppers. Really? Tabasco, Uma, and purple perfume peppers. Ooh. That's strange. I would think the opposite. But then again, look, the thing about growing plants, right? You just never know. Like I don't know. It could be the seeds. It could be the environment it's growing in. I swear they have their. As a matter of fact, you know these are living. These are living beings. So I don't know. They have their mind of their own and how they're so, you know, fickle, and they do as they please. You know, their job here is to make us happy, but also like make us want to pull our hair out when they're not performing well. So I think you'll be fine though. I think you'll be fine. I think in the next 2 weeks you should be seeing true leaves for sure, especially since it already had its first leaves. I'm trying to think about when I actually started seeing true leaves. I can't remember like the time frame of when I started seeing true leaves on these bell peppers. But remember, y'all, this is like a month and a half of growth. This is not big at all. You get what I mean? So you're talking about 4 weeks. That's a really good germination. That's a really good germination. 1 second, y'all. Let me spit this ring out of my mouth. Alrighty. I'm back. Yeah, do have in mind. They have their mind of their own. They do. They have their mind of their own. They do as they please. Babe? Babe? You getting a cup? Yeah. Thank you. They have a mind of their own. Hey, Real Kitchen Garden Dive. Hey there, hey there. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? We are uppotting some of our plants today. What are you growing? Let us know where you're watching from, what zone you're in, where you're growing. Have you started uppotting your plants? Y'all, next year, my personal goal, which was the same goal I had this year, is to start my peppers in January. My goal is to start my peppers in January. Okay, so also, guys, remember, right? I want you guys to do something that I'm about to do as well. Make sure you get a book. Get like a notebook. And in the notebook, I want you to write whatever it is that you're growing. Write down when you started the seeds, when you started the germination process, whether if you guys did the process I do, which is soaking the seeds. Write the day that you actually put the seeds inside of the seed tray. Write the day that you started seeing germination. Write the day that you saw the first leaves, the first leaves, and then also write the day when you saw the first true leaves. So I feel like that is going to help you, like in the future, like the following year. That is going to help you in the following year to know, like, basically the process of your peppers, like what to expect, and then you can also compare whether or not it did the same thing the following year, and also give you just perspective on how to move the following year, what you want to do. So that's one of the things that I wish I did with these peppers. I didn't do it, but I do have some documentation because I filmed it with you guys, so I'm able to go back and write those times down. But get a notebook and just write down everything you're growing. Write the entire process down. So next year, I think it's going to help you a lot and help you make the decisions that you want to make when it's time to grow again. Real Kitchen and Garden said Boston, Massachusetts in the house. Zone 6. Ooh, wow. Planting all the things. I know that's right. I know that's right. Planting all the things. I know that's right. Damn. So Boston Zone 6. Woo. When do you guys get to plant outside? Do you guys do it at Mother's Day as well? When do you guys put your plants outside? Terry said, I have a question about the lights. My lights have red lights. I see you have white lights. All right, y'all. So let me tell y'all something about the lights, okay? I don't follow any of those lighting rules, whatever that's out there about all these like fancy lights. I don't follow any of that. I'm using what I have in my house. Remember, on this channel, we are resourceful, okay? We use what we got. And what we got is what we use. and what we got is working. So I'm not going to go into too much about the whole lighting thing. All I know is it needs lighting, and the lighting needs to be warm to keep the plants warm. I have, these are the lights that you are seeing. They are my ring light. They're the lighting that I use to film my videos, take pictures, and all of that. They're not specifically to grow food. Also, the lighting that's under my table, that's on top of my plants, there are shop lights that belong in a store somewhere that they hang up. Those hanging shop lights, that's what they are. And that's what I have over my plants. And I used it last year and the year before that. And they're doing extremely well. So I don't think it really matters. All that matters is your plants are getting lights. I'm sure there is like more into why you want to use this type of light, that type of light. Y'all seen what my garden looked like last year? It looked pretty good to me. So it looked pretty good to me. So all the specialty of the lighting and this, that, and the third, they're just marketing. That's my opinion, okay? That's my opinion. So if you have grow lights and it's working for you, that's all that matters. That's my opinion. All right, so let's see. Cece said yes, great idea. So we can improve absolutely in the following years, absolutely. And then Real Kitchen said, "How's your bitter ball tree plant?" I haven't started those seeds. I'll probably start those seeds this week. I haven't started it at all. They grow really fast. So last year was my first time growing the bitter ball, and I didn't start the seeds from indoors. I literally, because it was so late in the season when I got those seeds, I was like, let me just throw a few seeds in the grow bag and see what happens. And guess what? They grew, and I got a lot of bitter ball. So what that is telling me is that I really don't even want to, and that was in the middle of the summer when I did that. So what that is telling me is that I don't know if I even want to start the seeds. I'm probably going to do the same exact thing, which is throw the seeds on top of the soil come May and let it do its thing and grow on its own, do whatever it feels like doing. I think I'm going to do the same thing again. But we'll see. As a matter of fact, maybe I won't do that because I will do that, but then I will also start the seeds with you guys just to show you guys how to start the seeds, because I know a lot of people, especially librarians that eat it, they probably want to know how to grow it. So I'll do it for you guys. I'll show you guys how to grow it, from the seed. But then also, I will show you guys how I direct sow it into the soil as well. So I haven't started those seeds, and I'm not like a lot, like things like bitter ball. What is the other one? Kittle. Those things they're like eggplant. They're in the eggplant family, and eggplant doesn't take long to grow, and it doesn't have like a long time to harvest. It doesn't, from growing from seed to harvest, it doesn't have like a long time period. Whereas peppers, it might take like 100 days for you to harvest anything. I think things like eggplants in the eggplant family, I think it take like up to 60 days for you to see harvest. That's me guessing. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. So that's why I'm not really pressed to start the seeds anytime soon. The seeds I'm starting right now, they're things that take a long time to grow. Thank you so much, babe. All right, I see some comments. I'll get back to you guys really quick. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this is all right. All right, well, I guess when this is all finished, we're gonna be done. All right, let's see what the people are saying in the comments. Please, y'all, please go ahead and like the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being on here with me tonight. Also, remember my garden group. If you guys have not joined the garden group, Sow Something, Grow Something is on Facebook, and the link is in the description of this video. All right, Cece said that's right. I think you're talking about the grow lights. Real Kitchen said May 1st. Okay, I'm assuming that's when you are going to plant outside. Thank you guys for liking the video. I see the likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Real Kitchen said I have about five. I have five about 6 inches. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Can you please explain what you mean about I have five about 6 inches? Or are you saying you have five bitter ball seedlings that's about 6 inches right now. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so you have 5 plants that are 6 inches right now. I think that's what you're saying. That's pretty cool. That means you probably started early, or bitter ball, those things, like things in the eggplant family, they grow so fast. That's the reason why I really want you guys to get like a notebook to write down your process of what you're growing, when you started the seeds, and just basically the progress, because that's going to definitely help you improve next year. And then it help you determine like, maybe I don't have to start this at the same time as I'm starting a pepper. Maybe I don't have to start tomatoes the same time as I'm starting a pepper, or cucumber the same time as I'm starting peppers, because you see peppers need a very long growing window. So maybe, and it helps you not be overwhelmed with having to start a whole bunch of stuff at the same time, because they all have their own growing time. They all need different environments. So being able to just focus on one thing at a time is wonderful, and you can write down that information. So next year you space it out, and then you're not too overwhelmed, even with it going to be transplant into the garden. So that's one of the reasons why I think it's a good idea to have like a garden book, and it goes by year. So this year you could put gardening 2025, and then write all of the things that you're growing, and basically the entire process of what happened. All right, so Terry said, okay, I was wondering, mine doesn't seem like it was working. Yours look great. I'm planning on doing more bell peppers and onions the way you started your seeds. Absolutely. Oh, that's more. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, do it, do it. I'm probably gonna start more bell peppers too, because I am selling them, and it seems like a lot of people want them. A lot of people want them, so I think I'm gonna start more as well. Our method worked like a charm to me. Oh, thank you. Marie, you're not the only one. I think somebody else on here, was it Chastity? Somebody else on here used the same method, and they said it worked really well to the germination process. Wow, I'm jealous of you though. Real Kitchen and Garden. I'm jealous of you if you have all those bitter ball plants that's that high up. That's amazing. That means you're gonna have a harvest, sooner rather than later. Like me, I'm gonna have a harvest like later, but I'm okay with it, because when I'm ready to make that tteokbokki, nice. Oh my god. When I'm ready to make that, now I have to give you the real like brand accent, right? Like that tteokbokki. When I'm ready to make that tteokbokki, I want to grow a ton of kittle and a ton of bitter ball this year, so I can save it. Do you know how expensive it is? Those plants are in the store. Not the plants, but like the veggie, the bitter ball and the kittle in the store. They are so expensive. So can you imagine being able to grow a ton of them and put them in a freezer so you can cook them anytime you want? Also, a lot of the people in the community, they would definitely buy it from you if yours is cheaper than the store. Last year, you guys saw all the jute leaf that I grew. I grew so much jute leaf. People were asking me to sell it to them. I was like, I'm not selling these. They're actually going in my freezer for my family. Oh my gosh, I'm the one that put that in there, babe. But, ooh, I am so excited. You got me excited now. You got me excited wanting to actually start my kittle seeds. Right, you see this, y'all? Once you see the roots, I hope y'all can see the roots. Once y'all see the roots start wrapping around like that, it needs to go into something bigger. This is going to stunt the growth of your plant if you don't put it into something bigger. They're going to stay that same size until you put it in something bigger or put it in the ground. So once you, and that's one of the reasons why I like using the clear cups. It let me know what's going on with the roots. It let me know like how the roots are growing. If the roots are like growing down and they're just going straight down, that means it has more than enough room. But once it starts wrapping around, oh baby, it's time for you to up-pot them. That's one of the ways to know that it's time to up-pot. Or if you see the roots protruding underneath the pot. Let me show you a plant where the root look good, and that's how it should look in a cup. Let me show you one of mine that has been growing for a while. All right, so this here, this is one of my beautiful hot peppers. I am hoping that this is a habanero. But the thing about hot peppers or just peppers, period, they all look alike. So remember, y'all need to label, 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 label. I cannot say this enough. Don't this look like this? Like, let me show y'all. Even though this is like a small, even though these are like smaller, this is a bell pepper. Look at this and look at this. Can y'all tell the difference between a bell pepper and a hot pepper? If you can, let me know. This just look a little lighter because it's not getting enough sunlight. But y'all, they look the same to me, okay? So you want to make sure you label your plants because you're gonna be out of luck when you're planting hot pepper mix and you're thinking you're planting sweet peppers. Yeah, it's a disaster. But anyway, so the reason why I brought this closer is because I wanted y'all to see the roots system. You guys see that it's growing, like it's all going down. When it goes into the ground or into your raised bed or your container or whatever, this is how it's gonna grow. The roots are gonna go down and then they're gonna spread their wings and just look for nutrients and look for water, and things like that. But this is what you want your roots to look like. When they start wrapping around the container, oh honey, it's time for it to go into another pot because it needs more space, and then that's what's going to help the plant grow bigger. But if this was like wrapped around and the plant was this size and I do not up pot it, it's going to stay this size until I put it into a bigger pot. And then you'll think that, oh my gosh, why isn't it growing? It's taking forever to grow. That's because the roots don't have enough space to grow. It doesn't have anywhere else to go. A little tip for y'all. Alrighty. So what is the people saying in the chat? What is the people saying? I see quite a few of y'all watching. Where are you guys watching from? Twins? Yes, you see, they're twins. They are twins. Like, they look exactly the same. If y'all don't label, if y'all don't label these peppers, you are gonna regret it. I know I regretted it when I first started gardening and I wasn't labeling anything because I just assumed because it was just so much to label. I was like, you should be able to tell which one it is. I thought I was going to be able to like go on Google and then Google the leaves and then Google would tell me, oh, is this plant or is that plant? Yeah, Google was like, it's peppers. It was like, it's peppers. Now, what type of peppers? You on your own, honey. That's your business. Whichever pepper that is, that's your business. Where you guys watching from? It's quite a few of you guys in here. Where you guys watching from? And please don't forget to like the video. I know y'all probably hate when I say that. I don't like saying it either. So just like the video when you join so I don't have to keep saying it. I really hate saying it, and I really hate when I'm watching people's stuff and they keep saying like the video. But hey, I'm a YouTuber now, and it's a part of what I say because actually it matters. Hey Georgia, Georgia in the house, Georgia in the house. What's your zone? Oh my goodness, yo, look at this. You see what I mean? You want to be very careful when you're separating it. I definitely broke off some of the roots, but all of it did not come off. It still have some roots, so I could still plant this. And it's a really tiny pepper too, so I think it'll be fine because it still have some roots. But you want to be careful. And the reason why the roots even broke off is because this is so wet. You really want to wait till this is dry for you to do it. I think it's very easier to do it when the soil is dry. And peppers don't mind being dry either. Peppers do not mind dry roots. They do not like being over wet. That's another way you could kill a pepper plant. They do not like a lot of water, and they don't mind the dryness either. It just can't be dry for too long. Alrighty. Cece said I made that mistake last year with orange tomatoes. Trying guess what it was by trying to guess what it was by how many photos are in that I'm cracking it. Marie said March 11th is when I started and forgot to label like 10 of them. Thanks, Donzel. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, Even if you want to go ahead and get a like a marker, get a permanent marker, just write on that, write on it, and you can still reuse. You can still reuse the same cup. I'm still gonna reuse it. I'm gonna write on it, and I'm still gonna reuse it. I'm gonna cross it out. I'm gonna use labels, whatever I need to do to keep using this cup until this cup says stop using me. I'm gonna keep using it. But it's so imperative that you label your seedlings because my goodness, it is a disaster. And one of the worst thing that can happen is if you go and plant something and now you want to companion plant it with something else, and that whatever plant you want to companion plant it with does not match and they don't grow well together and they end up killing each other because they just don't, pair well together. So I definitely made that mistake my first year, and I'm like, never again, never again, never again. So when I tell y'all I am the queen of labels, I am the queen of labeling. I'm gonna label all these bad boys. You're not gonna catch me slipping again. All my hard work. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Never again. But yes, y'all. So on Facebook Marketplace, I got my little mini greenhouse. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to use it. I'm gonna use it for my, like I said, my habaneros, and I'm also going to put in my, what is it called? Like my hot pepper. Yeah, my habaneros and herbs. I'm gonna use it to help germinate my herbs and like to trap the heat in there. So can y'all believe what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just 5 of the cells and all the peppers that I've already gotten out of them. And look at all of the peppers in here. That's the reason why I haven't gotten done yet up potting these. It's just so much. It is so much. That's why I haven't started the seeds of anything else yet. It is a lot, but I'm okay with it. Oh my gosh. Is it Terry that's from Virginia? If you're in the DMV area, this is the perfect time for me to make this announcement. I am if you're in the DMV area and you're looking for something fun to do next month, I am actually going to do a garden workshop. I am still getting all the logistics together on how I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually put the link in this chat. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a garden workshop, and it is going to be next month, early May. I'm thinking about the first weekend in May or the third weekend in May, because the second weekend in May is Mother's Day and it's also my son's birthday. So that weekend I'm not doing, anything like this that weekend. So it's either going to be the first weekend in May or the third weekend in May. I'm doing a garden workshop, and it's going to be like a beginner's garden workshop. If you're an expert, intermediate, whatever, you can still come. This is going to be like a fun little project that I'm doing. It's a hands-on gardening workshop. You're actually going to plant. You're going to choose one of the seedlings that I am growing. It's probably going to be between like peppers and some different. I have like 10 different type of tomatoes that I'm growing this year. So you're going to make that selection between those plants that you want to grow, and you're actually going to plant it in a container. So the garden workshop is going to come with like a plant container, the soil that you need to grow it with, and much more, as well as just a lot of tips and tricks. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna have like a lot of things. I'm actually looking into connecting with some other local gardeners and people that have like small farms that would like to partner up with me to do this workshop, just to come and give you guys some education or tips and tricks and things like that on how to have like a successful garden season, how to grow your plants successfully. And and my favorite part about this is that it's hands-on, so you're actually going to be doing your own planting, and you get to take what you planted home with you, and you get to put it outside right away because it would have already been hardened off. It's already going to be in a container, and now you just got to watch it grow and take care of it, take care of your baby. So if you're in the DMV area and you would like to come to this garden workshop, I'm about to put a link in the chat, and you can sign up. Basically, you signing up right now is you signing up for me to send you the link to get the tickets first, because it is going to be like limited seating. This is my first one, and I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait. I'll tell you guys way more about it, you know, as the time goes this month. I'll tell you guys more about it and all of what it's going to entail. So it's going to be limited seating. I want it to be like really intimate and really fun for everyone. So yes, y'all. Your girl is going to have a gardening workshop. So let me get the link, and I'm going to put it in the chat. And if you're in the area and you would like to do this garden workshop with me, you're more than welcome to. Hi, nobody. I haven't seen you here for a while. All right, let me put this. So I have the link pinned in the comments section. If you would like to attend, you could just, you know, fill it out, and then you could tell me if you would like to do like a one-on-one, because another thing that I plan on doing is like one-on-one virtual like master class with people that want me to work with them one-on-one, and instead of a group setting, that is going to be virtual unless you're in the DMV area. And then if you are somewhere else and you want me to do in person, that's like in the future. We could talk about that, you know, how we put that together. But for now, this is just local, so I'm sorry for some of you guys that are not in the area. Unless you want to come to the DMV and turn it into a party. Alright. But yeah, so the link, I'm going to have it in my description, but I also have it linked in the comments right now. Let me see some of your comments. Donzel said, you're doing great with your peppers. Thank you. Nobody said I sent her a message. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Nobody. Did you send me a message? All right, 1 second, y'all. I have to charge my laptop so it doesn't die, because that's how I am seeing your comments and being able to reply to it. Babe? Oh, he's not here. I would have asked him to help me out with that. Let me charge it. Let me charge it. All right, 1 second, y'all. Let me charge this laptop before it dies on me. Perfect. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream. If you haven't liked it, please go ahead and like it. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so where else are you guys watching from? Where else are you guys watching from? Let me know in the chat. Let me know your zone, where you're watching from, and let me know where you're growing. Y'all, when I tell you these habaneros are really kicking my butt. Oh, Marie, I know you're watching from the Bronx. Hey. Oh, so these are the habaneros that I bought today. They are from Burpee, the brand. What's crazy is I already filmed a video of me doing these seeds along with my tomatoes, but I have a feeling that this is not going to be a great germination, only because remember I told you guys when you are starting your seeds, and when you put the water in the cup and you put the seeds in there, you're supposed to hit it down so it can then, you know, fall to the bottom, or, you know, just concentrate to the bottom. And the ones that fall to the bottom, they're the ones that are going to have like a very high germination rate, and the ones that are floating on top may not germinate or may not have a high germination rate. And y'all, I kid you not, it was probably about 15 seeds in this pack, and about 3 of them fell to the bottom. That was it. The rest of them stayed on top. So can you imagine, like, the rest of the seeds literally was floating on top, and it's like, come on, like, I can get a break with these habanero seeds. Like, what is the problem? Did we have a bad batch last year or something? Like, what is going on? It's like none of the seeds are viable. None of the seeds are viable. Like, I have no idea what is going on. I don't know why it's just not working out. Let's see what just happened. Okay. Are you guys having the same issues? Like, Are any of you guys? Do any of you guys have growing? Are any of you guys growing habanero seeds, or is it just me that's having this issue? And I don't know if you remember. Was it last year we had like a pepper gate? It was like, I don't know if it was the year before or if it was the last year. It was like pepper gate where you purchase like these seeds from like Burpee, and I think it was like some other brands that it was supposed to be pepper, and people went and planted it. It wasn't the pepper that they thought it was going to be, or it was like just a completely different plant. So it was like, I don't know if somebody was working at these companies in their factories, wherever they package their seeds. I feel like some of their workers were playing jokes on us, the consumers, and they mixed the seeds. And what you thought you was getting was not what you got in the pack. And that was what, with the pepper, that was what Peppergate was. It was, everybody in my gardening group was like, am I the only one that's getting like different plants, even though I planted peppers from this particular pack and that's not what I'm getting? So I don't know. Are we having another pepper gate on our hand here? I hope not, because that would be really sad. Because I got plans for these habaneros. Because I plan on making some hot sauce. I plan on making like the Liberian pepper sauce for you guys. So I got plans for my hot pepper. So I'm going to need it to behave. I am going to need it to behave. All right, y'all. So we already filled up one of our trays. Let me show y'all. We have one of our trays here. So this is about, I think, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep. This is about 12 plants. We already have that together. So we're about to start filling out another one. And y'all remember, y'all, go get y'all one of these. Y'all saw how easy that was for me to pick that up and show it to y'all. It's just sitting here so nice and pretty. And when it's time to transplant them into the garden, I just have to carry it like this, put it in my wheelbarrow, and take it to the garden. And it's for the free. Alright, let's see. Maureen said you put holes in the bottom of the cups. Yep, I have holes in the bottom. So I have, normally I would get like those heating gun, like the heating gun, and like poke holes in the bottom. I'm so lazy this year, y'all. I'm not even doing all that. It's just I'm not doing extra work if extra work doesn't need to be done. So I told my husband to get a knife, and he just sliced, like he put like a slit in here, and he just sliced it, and it still does the same job. It's still, the soil's still gonna drain. I don't overwater my plants anyway. I water them every 3 to 4 days, especially peppers. They don't require a ton of water like other plants. So yes, y'all, here's the little slit that you see right there. Normally in my other cups from that I did last year, I used a heating gun and just poke holes in all of it. But then this year, I'm like, I'm not doing it. Number one, the reason why I didn't do that this year is because like the films from the plastic, I hated the fact that we were inhaling it. And so I'm like, you know what? This can't be good for you. So I'm not doing that. So we just got a knife. Bam. Put all of our frustration in these cups and pulled it out. And that was about it. Yes, I love that container. I'll be looking for that one. Yep. You see how, look at it looking all professional, right? I'm already looking like somebody that sell plants. Don't it make me look all professional? Got me out here looking like I got a farm. But yes, y'all. Me out here looking like I got a farm. Thank you guys so much for spending your night with me. I know, I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Oh, okay. It hasn't been an hour yet. Wait, has it? Did I start at 8:30? It has been an hour. Damn. You see how time goes when you're having fun? Time just be going when you're having fun. Yep. So typically what I do is when I go live on YouTube, because I don't know if you guys know that I'm very active on TikTok. TikTok is where I actually started with posting my gardening content. And then I started noticing like people were really engaging with it. They loved my gardening, and I wasn't even posting, how to start a garden, how to do this or how to do that. I literally was just sharing my gardening. I was just sharing my love of being in the garden, me prancing around in my garden, harvesting, and just being in awe of everything, nature, and what God has, provided for us. And that was all I was doing. I was just sharing my garden. I wasn't giving like any tips and tricks or none of that. But people started asking me a ton of questions. Like a ton of questions. People started asking me a ton of questions. I was like, you know what? Let me go on YouTube and be able to explain it in like a, because as you can see, I'm very long winded. I'm not somebody that can just give you like a quick answer because there's just nuances to things, and I just prefer to give you as much information as possible so you can make the best decision that you can make. So that's the reason why I actually came on YouTube to do like a long form content. And then also TikTok didn't have like what they have now. Like you on TikTok, I think you can go up to like 10 minutes in like your videos and stuff like that. But like as yeah, I think it's like up to 10 minutes. But that's the reason why I decided to come on YouTube. I'm like, you know what? And I'm wondering if some of you guys follow me from TikTok. That would be pretty cool. If you did, please, if you're watching this video or the replay, please let me know in the comments. That would be really cool if you came from TikTok with me. Whew, didn't think they was gonna survive there. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I'm on YouTube sharing my gardening. And on TikTok, I really was enjoying being on TikTok sharing my gardening because, like I said, I really wasn't doing it to show people how to, do certain things. It was just like, hey, I'm in my garden, I'm enjoying it. It's giving me a lot of peace. It's giving me, it's like I'm using it as therapy. You should start one if you don't have one, or grow something. Grow something. You don't have to start a whole backyard gardening. It can be very overwhelming very fast if you are a beginner and you decide to like grow everything in the world at the same time. um, it can be very overwhelming. So if you're a beginner, I definitely suggest that you start with 1 to 2 things, see how it grows this year, and then next year have a whole plan of how you want to attack it and the setup and all of those things. Do all your research. I found you on YouTube. This is my only social media. Okay. And let me tell y'all, I think my 2 favorite social media is YouTube and TikTok. YouTube and TikTok is my favorite social media. Uh, and what I love about it is like the community. And let me just say this, the community that I'm in, which is, the holistic gardening, natural living, type of community that I'm in. I really love this community because everybody is extremely friendly, everyone is peaceful, everybody wants you to win. What I love about a gardening community is that there's no gatekeeping because everybody that gardens wants you. Like when my stuff is successful, I want yours to be successful too. Like I need you to understand, like this is really fun. This is really therapeutic. Like I want you to feel that sense of peace. Whatever it is that I'm feeling while I'm out there gardening, I want you to feel that too because I feel like I can be the only one experiencing this. This is such an amazing feeling to be able to grow your own food. Like to be able to provide food for your family and not just, go into the store. It's like, God forbid, if anything was to happen, I have the knowledge to know that, this is the time to start this seeds, or this is how you grow this is how you grow that. I think it's an amazing feeling. And just the entire process of gardening is just so peaceful. Being out there in the element and just being with God, and just, even if you're by yourself, I just think it's a wonderful feeling. So that's one of the reasons why I love like the YouTube community, like as far as for gardening, and things like that. And I love the gardening community is my favorite community. When I started like following, gardening groups on Facebook, I know some people probably have bad experiences in gardening groups, but I haven't so far. So far, like the groups that I've been a part of, everybody is so friendly. They all want to help. The people that I meet a lot of the times from those gardening groups, like that I go try to trade plants with, people that I'm purchasing gardening things from on Facebook Marketplace. I'm telling y'all right now, when I go and pick it up, if it's related to gardening, if it's like a supply that I'm getting for like gardening, anything that people are selling to me, I kid you not, and I'm not exaggerating, y'all. When I go and pick up these things to pay for it, I literally stand there and talking to these people for like an hour. It's like we would spend like, I remember there was this guy, it was almost 2 hours that we were standing there talking just about gardening, what we're growing, the process, and just like the peace. Like, oh my gosh, like you would think that we both don't have friends to talk to. The way we were there just talking. And one thing about the gardening community, if you gardening and you find somebody else that garden, oh, y'all want to talk about it. Y'all gonna talk about it. Whoa, what you growing? What are you growing, friend? Like, so how's this doing for you? You know, like you are going to want to talk about it. Like, I swear, I feel like the easiest way to make friends is to garden and join a gardening group or the gardening community. You will have friends like this because y'all have so much to talk about. And it is so hard to make friends as an adult. Like, if you're over 30, it's like, I just feel like after you turn 30, and especially if you're in like your mid 30s, you know, going closer to your 40s, I feel like it's so hard to find friends or like to make friends because it's like everybody is so guarded. You don't know what to talk about. But I guarantee you, when you are gardening, oh my gosh, you will find friends in all age groups because you all have one thing in common that you can really talk about that you're passionate about. Cece said, I agree. So peaceful gardening. Yep. Terry said, I went to the store to purchase bell peppers, onions, cucumbers, tomatoes, and I was telling my friend it would have been nice to just go in my backyard and get my veggies without having to get it. Yep, I agree. And man, when I tell you, during the harvest, so you know, right now we're doing the hard work, right? So let me share some things with y'all. Let me share if y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind, I'm about to share some things with y'all. When the feeling that you get during the time of harvest, it is undeniable. Like the feeling that you get, you are literally going to sit in your garden and be like, I can't believe I did this. I cannot believe I grew this. Like you be sitting there like, I really grew this. Literally, this was the feeling I had all last year. Remember, last year was my second year gardening, and it was my first. I would say my first official year gardening because I always talk about how the first year was a failure, but a lot of people say it wasn't a failure. It was just a learning lesson, which I agree. I needed those failures to be where I am right now. So I'm really grateful for that. But man, can you imagine? I'm telling y'all, and y'all seen in my videos, when I was harvesting those tomatoes, they barely made it inside. Like those sun gold tomatoes, they barely made it in the house. Cause I probably even my husband, when my husband is out in the backyard doing work, cutting the grass, whatever he's doing in the backyard. When I tell y'all, I be like, babe, can you please harvest the tomatoes? They barely make it in the house because he be eating them off the vine. Like, come on, like you're literally in your garden just eating your food is fresh. You know that you don't even have to rinse it if you don't want to because you know how you grow. I mean, yes, okay, the outside element, the wind may blow some dust, blah blah blah, but guess what, you can still eat it right off the plant. You know that, you know how you're growing it. You're not using pesticides, you're not using harmful chemicals. You know exactly how you're growing your food, and you can eat your food without having it sit in vinegar for hours and hours. Because I don't know about y'all, whenever I purchase vegetables from the store, like things like bell peppers and tomatoes or whatever, I let it sit in water and vinegar. And sometimes I may use baking powder. I have to let it sit in there for like some time and then go and scrub it just to make sure all of the oily things, I forgot what it is that they put on the veggies to make it look pretty and shiny and presentable. And that's the thing, food is not supposed to look pretty. Like it's supposed to look like food. It's supposed to look natural, like how it grew. And that's another thing, you realize that they're not going to look perfect. Like it's not, nothing is perfect. It's not supposed to look perfect. So um yeah, just the feeling of being able to do that. uh I got 4 harvests, I'm ready. Oh, harvest baskets. Oh my gosh, the harvest. The harvest. And you know, the harvest like make you think about the process that you went in. So like it's almost like honestly it's really a word. It's really a word, and gardening itself is a word. Okay? Because look at us right now, right? We're all like look at the season that we're in, right? We had the season of sowing, which was starting from seeds. We had the season of sowing and we had to nurture it. We had to provide it with all of the things that it needs to grow so that we can see those first leaves. We had to take care of it. It's almost like a child, right? You have to, when you're pregnant, you have to nurture yourself and make sure you're doing everything that you can do to make sure that child, when you birth it, is going to be a healthy one. So that's almost like sowing, right? When you're sowing your seeds, you have to put it in the environment that it will be able to thrive in. So once that seedling pop up, it's like, oh my god, I did everything I needed to do for it to pop up. You did everything you needed. Like it's a whole word. I'm not even gonna preach to y'all tonight because I don't want y'all leaving. But it's a word. It's a word within itself, and I often find God in nature when I'm out there. So that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy gardening as well. It's like you see the word of God in it. Just the sowing, and then going to the next level of seeing it germinate, seeing the first leaves, and then of course you're continuing to provide it all of nurturing it, giving it everything that it needs to grow, and you see the true leaves, and then it start the more you do, it's just a constant, it's a give and take relationship pretty much. Oh, absolutely, Cece. Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. Amen. Amen. That's right. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. It's a word. It really is. It's amazing seeing the from like the sowing to the reaping, which is harvest. Man, when they say you sow, you reap what you sow. That's real. Okay? You see that in gardening. You actually reap what you sow. Okay? Isn't it crazy? Like a lot of things that we say, and you really don't know where it comes from or like the true meaning of it. But man, I feel like I just went off a tangent. I feel like, am I sounding like a garden addict or something? They're like, this girl is nuts. But that's really one of the reasons why I really enjoy being, I really enjoy doing it. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about gardening. I just told you guys all of the things I love about gardening. I'll tell you what I don't like about it. Those little creepy crawlers, he who shall not be named, the ones that crawl on their bellies. They have no legs. They just slither. That's what I don't like about gardening. Is the possibility of seeing those things. Ooh, they creep me out. They creep me out. And last year I had about four of them, or we caught four of them in my garden. Let's say that. I didn't just see it, we caught it. We caught four of them in my garden last year. And um, of course, me being like a beginner gardener last year, it was just like, oh my god, get this crap out of here. I can't take it. I left. I literally, after the first one I saw, I didn't go back in my garden for like 2 weeks. And I don't know if you guys have seen those shorts that I posted of my husband basically tending to the garden because you just wouldn't catch me in that garden for like 2 weeks. I was like, those plants are on their own. They're just gonna have to figure it out there. If they're gonna die, they're gonna die. And my husband was like, come on, we can let all your hard work, go to waste. So he was helping me water the garden and, just tending to it because I was really in fear of my life after seeing those he who shall not be named underbellies, creepy crawlers, slitherins out there. And but you know what? A lot of people told me though. A lot of people, I guess and they're right. And to them, they probably think they were making me feel good, but there's nothing that you can say to me that will make me feel good about those things at all. I'm sorry. It's just one of those. Everybody have their thing that they just can't, and that's one of mine. I don't know if I will ever come around. I really don't know. But yeah, so you know, people are just saying like, oh my God, you have the perfect ecosystem. When you start seeing those, you're providing like they were just telling me like, you know, my garden like I had created like the perfect ecosystem. Once you start seeing those, it's like I literally had everything in my garden though. Like, and you know, a lot of people ask me like, what pesticide do you use to get rid of this pest, that pest? In the beginning, I started to use neem oil because they were attacking like what was they attacking? They were attacking like my roses, like the pests. They were attacking my roses and some other things like my peppers. Oh yeah, something kept eating my peppers. Oh my gosh, and they were it wasn't aphids. Something was taking a huge bite, and I think it were slugs. And so I was just trying to like, oh my gosh, what can I do to get rid of all of these things? And then these nasty caterpillars that was on my what was it? I didn't have cabbage. I had collard greens and I had broccoli. These nasty caterpillars kept eating them. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so over it. And so I started using neem oil. I don't like neem oil because they affect like things like what like the ones that you need like the bees and things like that, things you need to pollinate your plants. um Neem oil can kill them, and I'm like, no, I don't want to kill the bees. Like, we need the bees. So I just stopped using um pest control altogether. And so when they told me like, you know, I have created my garden is a ecosystem within itself, what I realized was that, oh my gosh, it started taking care of itself, like all the pests and things like that. There were bigger pests that was eating them, like it had its own predator. So everything in my garden had its own predator. So for all of the things that were eating my plants, there was a predator that came to eat them. So like after some time, like my garden was just perfect. And I didn't even realize it was because like I did have the perfect ecosystem. I did have the predators that needed to be there, that was good for the garden, that was taking care of the things that needed to be taken care of. But and I was also providing them food. So, you know, so I it was pretty amazing to see that I didn't need to use pesticides at all. So whenever people ask me like, what do you use for this or use for that, I'm like, honestly, I really didn't use anything. And honestly, I wasted my money because I still have that neem oil in my garden sitting there right now at this moment. Still sitting in my garden because I didn't need to use it at all. My ecosystem don't need them, okay? My ecosystem don't need them at all. But hey, they were there for a reason. They were getting rid of something. They must have seen something that they like in my garden and they were eating it. So I'm glad that, because whenever you see those things around, that means there's something that you really don't want around, like rats or whatever the case may be. And my neighbors have chickens, and rats are attracted to chicken coops. They're attracted to chicken coops. And guess what's attracted to rats? You know exactly what it is. And so I'm like, at this point, I'm ready to tell my neighbor, move your chicken coop on the other side of your house. Get that thing away from here. Get that thing away from here. Shame on them if they do. Rookie just said, man, listen, I worked too hard to turn back now. I got that hoe in my side knife. No one better not run up on me. Look, if you create the perfect ecosystem, they're gonna run up on you, honey. And according to all of the garden pros that are pro underbellies, um, they are very offended if you try to get rid of those things. I remember putting it in my garden group like, what can I do with this and where can I get rid of it at? People were so offended. I'm like, leave it there. Just let it sit. It's not gonna bother you. They're not harmful. It's not the harmful one. It's the garden one, the garden one. Da 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 da. I was like, okay, I will, I will gladly give you my address for you to come and take it to your garden, move it to your house, let it live there, okay? Like, do I need to give you my address so you can come and take it, so you can give it everything you need? And that's the thing, right? You know, people get mad and be like, "Oh, people want a garden, but they don't." People want a garden on the outside, but they don't like the outside. They don't like the outside element, the things that live outside. Both things can be true. Okay, both things can be true. Don't be judging people just because they have fears. Come on, just because you've managed to overcome your fear of them, that doesn't mean you should force somebody else. Like it's gonna be a process for me to truly not see those things and be scared, to be honest with you. So allow some of us that are scared to go through the process, okay? Don't judge us, okay? We're not on your level yet. I would love to be on your level, but I'm just not there yet, okay? Just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. I picked the wrong. I picked the wrong garden. Look, I'm not even brave enough to actually try to attack them. Now, don't get me wrong. If they come to attack me, of course I'm gonna have to fight for my life. But if not, if it's just laying there, your girl gonna run for her life. So let me actually tell you guys a really traumatizing story. Okay, I don't know about traumatizing, but yeah, it was traumatizing. When I was younger, and when I say younger, not even like a kid, I was a teenager. I probably was like 18, 19 or whatever. And I was going to the store. I was walking to the store. While walking to the store, I'm walking to like the stoplight. I'm walking to the stoplight, and on the sidewalk, I see a black one. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even sure if it was one. I just assumed it was one, just the shape of it. It looked like it was crossing the sidewalk to go into the grass, but it was like laying on the sidewalk. And y'all, I literally went into a trance. I went into a trance, like I froze and I was stuck. Like it felt like my heart stopped. I did not know what to do. Like I was just stuck there. Typically, normally you would run away from something like that, but I couldn't run. Like I just froze. Like I could not move. And do you guys know how I woke up out of my trance? I woke up to cars that was driving past me, and it looked like something was wrong. And so they started honking. Like I woke up to like cars like honking, like are you okay? Are you okay? Like they were honking really really hard. And that's how I woke up out of my trance. And I was like, oh my God, I think I just saw one of those things. And it was like, oh, is that why you were stuck? And I was like, first of all, thank you so much for honking so I can get out of this trance. People probably thought I was on, drugs or something. But nah, I wasn't on any of those things. The only thing that I was on was what I saw that I did not want to see. And I was like, okay, this is a real fear. Okay. So just to let you guys know how much I'm afraid of those things. Terry said, I saw a black one near my bedroom window. Oh, hell no. I went around it. I used mothballs and it away around my house. Uh-uh. It's gonna have, okay, so at that point you own the house. The house is yours. Because now, if I'm seeing it by my window, now I'm thinking it's in my attic. Now I'm thinking, oh, if it's in my attic, it's going through my vents. Oh, honey, I'm creating all type of scenarios in my head and reasons why I can no longer live in this house. And when I told my story last time, somebody actually I think it was in a garden group or maybe it was on here, and someone said that they went downstairs. They kept hearing something like hitting their downstairs door, the door to walk downstairs, like the upstairs one. They kept hearing something hit the door, and they went and opened the door, and it was a huge 9 feet, one of those things that was like standing at attention and was trying to get out the house. You own the house, sir. Congratulations. The lease is yours. You own the house. I no longer live here. I don't want any of the things. Guess what? Not only do you own the house, you have inherited all of the furniture, the groceries. As a matter of fact, invite your kids. Everybody is welcome. I'm out of here. I'm leaving the country. As a matter, I no longer want to live in America. How about that? I want to live in space. I no longer want to live here. Okay? I'm gonna go to space. That they don't have any of those things there, right? That's where I'm gonna be living from now on. After she told me that story, I was like, excuse me, do you think that story makes me feel better? Like, why do people tell scarier stories when somebody is telling them their fear? Why do you feel the need to tell your story, especially if it sounds like something that will traumatize me for life? like, why do you think that story was necessary for me to know? Please tell me why. New fear unlocked. Thank you very much. And so after that story, I wish my husband was here so he could tell y'all how I'm scared to go downstairs to my basement. Because in my basement, we have a finished side and an unfinished side. And the unfinished side, that's where I keep all of these things, like my gardening stuff, for the following year. And I really hate going down there. Going down there feels like I'm in a scary movie. Because I be looking all up in the ceiling. I'm like, are they, you know, they're so slithery. I'm like, are they hiding up in the ceiling? Because, you know, the unfinished parts, you can see, you know, in the ceiling, you can just see everything is just exposed. So I be over there ducking like, is something about to be trying to, okay, I'm creeping myself out. I think we need to change the topic. I think I need to change the topic. Oh my God. I think I need to change the topic, y'all. I feel like I've scared myself enough for the night. So, what else y'all want to talk about? I think we're gonna have to change this topic because now my skin is crawling. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, I've had y'all on here for so freaking long. I understand if some of y'all gotta go because you know you have work in the morning, but you know this is my work for now. So I'm gonna be on here maybe for another 10 minutes, and I'm gonna let y'all go, and then I'm probably gonna go on TikTok and go live. That's what I was telling y'all. I started on TikTok, and I used to go live on TikTok too to share my garden. I feel like I have abandoned my TikTok community, and I feel bad. I'm so sorry, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all helped me get started, and so once in a while I'm gonna go on there and go live and you know do some of the things that I'm doing because some people they just prefer to be on TikTok. You know, they just prefer to be on there until you know I figure out how to go live on multiple platforms at the same time without having to pay for it yet because I don't want to pay for anything extra until YouTube starts sending me those checks so that I can use that money to then pay for those type of things, like you know what I mean. So until YouTube is like, here you go, Miss Yancy. Here's your moolah. Then I'll start investing in those things. But for now, um, until I figure, you know, out how to go live on multiple platforms at the same time, I have to go live on each platform all by itself. So, oh well, we're living, we're learning. Wow, y'all. So far, I have 24 that I have uppotted. Here it is. Here's the next one. Now I'm about to get started on the next one. First of all, thank you guys so much for being on here with me tonight. Y'all are cracking me up. Y'all are helping me up pop these plants. You guys are giving me life. Thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for liking the video. If you haven't liked it yet, please go ahead and like the video. Also, click that link and join my garden group so we can continue the conversation in the group. Post your garden, post your pictures of your seedlings, all that good stuff. Tell me what zone you're in there. Like, let's make that garden group our little Miss Yancey garden community. Because it's going to be really exciting to see all of y'all plants that we are starting together right now. Just seeing your journey. I would really love to see your journey. Uh, and then, especially when it gets to like the harvest time, and we'll be like, oh my gosh, remember when? Remember? I got another one. So when the soil is finished from in here, then I'm going to end the live. The soil is almost done. I'm going to end the live so I can go get new soil. And then I'm going to go on TikTok. My TikTok is at Miss Yancey Network and Garden. I think it's Miss Yancey Network Garden or Miss Yancey Network. You guys will figure it out. It's the one with the picture of me holding like my basket of vegetables. I have multiple TikToks. I have like a personal TikTok. I have a backup and whatnot. But like the one specifically for my garden that I will be going live on, uppotting these plants, and that I'm always on like every day, like posting videos and stuff. That's the Miss Yancey Network Gardens TikTok. If you guys are interested in joining me on the Clock app. If you guys are interested in joining me on the Clock app. If not, I love my YouTube community. We love it here. We love it here. And one of the things that I really love about YouTube and TikTok is the non-perfectionist, or I don't know if I'm saying the word, the not having to be a perfect person, or like, you know how Instagram, I feel like Instagram fostered that whole perfectionism, like you have to look a certain type of way, or you have to do this, you have to be like that, and it's very overwhelming, and it's like, you know, I feel like, I mean, I was on every platform. A lot of people are living fake lives, but I feel like people are really living fake lives. So on Instagram, and it's like they're pushing like this whole perfectionism, and you know, and on there. And what I love about TikTok and YouTube, you can truly be who you are. You can be yourself on there, and you're not going to be judged. And you could, I love the community aspect of it and how anyone can really be on there and be themselves. So that's one of the reasons why I love, those two apps. What's in your soil mix for the peppers? All right, so this soil mix, I'm not sure if you're on here earlier. This is the organic Miracle Grow moisture control potting soil. I usually put worm castings. That's it. But I did not put worm castings in this one. This is just the soil by itself. But I will be using my banana water as a fertilizer. So since I'm using the banana water to water them anyway, so I don't feel the need to add worm castings or anything like that, and it's gonna be perfectly fine. And also, like, I try not to over fertilize my plants. I want it to naturally grow. And also, when it gets transplanted into the ground is going to provide it nutrients. It's going to provide it the nutrients that it needs. The only time I really fertilize is if it's going in like the grow bags, because the grow bags, water go in there and it disappear very quickly, and the roots are not going in the ground. So you want to be able to fertilize, when they're in like your grow bags and stuff. So during the growing season, when they're outside, I fertilize the plants in the grow bags maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. I would say maybe every 2 weeks. Yeah, I will put some fertilizers and stuff in there, but I try not to like over fertilize my plants. For the most part, I'm trying to grow them as natural as possible. So it's not that fertilizers aren't natural. I'm not trying to force it to grow. I want it to have its own speed and do whatever it needs to do. But I use my banana water. The peppers love it. That's what I use to water them. So this particular soil doesn't have any fertilizers in it. But the first time I did this, my first plants, that was before I had the banana water. I used worm castings. That's it. Thanks for repeating that for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I try not to. I try not to use too much fertilizers in my plants. I feel like fertilizers have been pushed so much, and I feel like it's just like a capitalistic thing. It's not that you don't need fertilizers, but if you're planting your plants into the ground, how did it grow before? Before we started learning about bottling up fertilizers, how did it grow, before? The ground provides all the nutrients that your plants need. The roots of your plants are going to find it. They're going to find the nutrients that they need. They're also going to find water. You still need to water it, but when it's in the ground, they're going to find their water. You don't have to water it as often. Usually, you have to water when as often when they're in containers or grow bags. So I try to allow my plants to do what they want to do and go and be a grown up. Because once you're outside, right now they're babies. This is our baby. We're babying them. We're taking care of them before we put them in that hard, cruel world. So once they go out into the cruel world, once we have prepared them for the cruel world during the hardening process, oh honey, you're on your own. This is survivor of the fittest, okay? I'm kidding, y'all. It's so much we have to do when it's outside as far as protecting them from the animals and stuff like that, so that they don't think we're planting it for them. But as far as like fertilizing them and stuff like that, I I feel like you don't have to do it as much. And by the way, y'all, this is just my own preference. Whatever you do, do what's best for you and your plants. But for me, I don't over fertilize mine, especially the ones that are in the ground, because they're already going to get a lot of nutrients from the ground. The ground has the best soil. But if they're in bags or they're in any kind of container, of course, you're the one that's providing the nutrients to it, so then you'll be fertilizing. I know I just repeated the same thing twice or 3 times. Do you have a video on the banana water? I have it, not a, I don't think I have like a long video, but I do have a shorts. I have a short. I'll find it and repost it because it's probably from last year. So I'll repost it. I'll repost it. But I could totally tell you right now, you know, but I understand that some people, they like to see the video to be able to go back to it, to be reminded. So I will do a video. I definitely will. But I can tell you right now, literally, you're just getting a bunch of banana peelings. If you only have one, that's fine. Put it in a container. Right now, the bottle mine is sitting in is a 101 ounce water bottle. Is the regular water bottle that you buy from the store. After I drank the water, I put the banana peels in there and I filled it up with water. It could be lukewarm water or cold water. And then you let it sit in the water for about 2 days. What that is doing is the all of the nutrients from the banana peel is being extracted into the water, and then that is what you're going to use to water your plants. Very simple. Water, banana peels in a container. During the summer, I have a bucket. I have a huge bucket. My kids love bananas. Every time they eat the banana or plantains, if you eat plantains, they do the same thing. Um, I make sure because I compost in my house. I compost there so the kids know that they're not allowed to throw things like banana peels away or any like fruits and vegetables and things like that. So they save the banana peels for me during the summer. I put it in the big old bucket, fill it up with water, and close it with the top. Let it sit for a couple of days, and that's where what I use for my all of my plants, especially the ones that are in like the raised beds. I use it for that. And then the ones that are in like the grow bags, I use it for that too. But I also have like the worm castings, and then this other tomato type of fertilizer is like the little beady ones. I'll show you guys that later. I use that for the bags because those ones, they gradually leak out the fertilizers like over time. So the ones that are in my bag, I definitely use that for my bag because y'all know the grow bags, when you water it, the water comes out of it, so it's not retaining it. So those type of fertilizers for like the tomato looking one, like on the package it's like a tomato and some other veggies on it, but they're like little white beads when you pour it into, you know, your plants. I think those are really good for the bags because they'll gradually, every time you water the bags, it's gradual, the fertilizer is gradually going into the soil. So whereas if you use the banana water, yeah, it'll be good, the plants will soak some of it up, but for the most part is being leaked out of the bag. So I hope that helped. I hope that helped. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. I'm doing that. I've got lots of bananas in the house right now, and I'll add the plantain next time. Yep. You see, and I hope you do you compost, CC? Do you compost? Because if plants, things like tomatoes and peppers, they love the nutrients that they get from the banana peels. They love bananas, like banana peels. So after you use the water up, like I would say, so for each banana peel or whatever, like I use it like a couple of times. Like I refill it. I refill the water for like a couple of times, and then I'll get rid of it like maybe like a week later. Like the peels, I'll get rid of it. And when I say get rid of it, I compost it into my compost bin, or I direct compost it, meaning I take it to the garden, you know, dig like a hole next to the plant, and then I bury the banana peels in there so that it can get composted back into the garden, which is also providing it extra nutrients. So you could do the banana water, and when you're done with it, direct compost the remains into your garden, into your plants. It's really good for it. So we don't waste anything over here. We don't waste anything. Everything gets used. We recycle everything. You know, we're very resourceful. Very, very resourceful. All right, I think I've been on here way more than long enough, especially for you guys that are still on here with me. I really appreciate you guys watching with me and be on here with me tonight. And I took up so much of your time. I probably am going to go live again sometime this week because I have so much to up hot. And we, you know, come back and have more garden chats, okay? Let's see. Yes, no waste. We don't waste anything over here. Nothing. Okay. Let me show you guys everything we've done so far. Show you guys everything we've done so far. All right. Here you go right here. We have 2 crates of those. Thank you guys for liking the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you for liking. I appreciate you. So yeah, so this is what we have here so far. And then I'm going to continue uppotting these, but I'm going to do it on TikTok. So if you want to join me on TikTok, that's where I'm heading to right now. And then, you know, I have these. Let me show you guys. I have this whole one right here. Actually, all of this. I have to uppot all of these. So I have to uppot all of these. And I'll do that with y'all. I have to uppot these and uppot those. So yeah, we have a ton more to go. All of these here have been uppotted already. A lot of these are my hot peppers. Oh my gosh, y'all, I need to lift this light up. You see how it's like literally, this is the shop light I was telling you guys about. So you see how it's like literally on top of this plant. It's giving the plant all the heat it need. And whenever you see like the plants like lifting up like that, it's like seeking the light because they love it. They need the light. So yeah, these are a lot of hot peppers that I have in here. And they have all been uppotted, and I did it with y'all. So y'all seeing all the uppotting that I have to do. So I definitely will be going live probably tomorrow with y'all. I'm probably gonna be going live every single day with y'all, coming on here, having some garden chats, and uppotting these. But y'all, this is the sad habanero peppers in my last videos that I did. None of it has germinated yet. So yeah, very unfortunate. I am going to, so you can see right here, it's habanero. So I bought some habanero seeds from the store to restart the process again and see what happens. If it doesn't work out, oh well, it's just going to be the end of it, because I think I've tried, y'all. Would you say I tried? I think I've tried. So, because these are not germinating at all, but this is where they're sitting. And let me show y'all what my husband just got for me. So this is more peppers. These are all uppotted bell peppers. My husband got this thing. What is this thing called? It's like a shelf. So it's like a plastic shelf. He got it for me. And I already told y'all my dining room. This is my dining room, y'all. My dining room is my little greenhouse now. And this is the greenhouse that I purchased from Facebook Marketplace. It's like a mini greenhouse. So I'm going to have some stuff in there, but y'all, let me show y'all the chaos. This is the chaos, y'all. This is one of the lighting that I use on top of my plants. This is a, what is it, Lemo studio light. This is studio lighting. And y'all see my ring lights over there and shop lights under there. So yes, y'all, everything gets used, okay? Everything gets used. Everything gets used. We are very resourceful on this channel. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. And if I'm going live tomorrow, I will let y'all know up in the comments, or actually on the my post. I cannot believe I had this thing on mute the whole time I was talking. Are you freaking serious? Now I wonder how long the mute was. Anyway, good night, y'all. I was just telling y'all good night, and that if you are in the DMV area, please don't forget to click the link in the comments so you can join my gardening workshop, as well as don't forget to join the gardening group on Facebook. All of the links is in the description of this video. I'm about to go to TikTok now. If you're interested, I'm not going to probably be doing a lot of talking. It's going to be like ASMR, where I'm just uppotting my plants and watching my show or listening to some music. So if you're interested, join me over there. All right, love you guys. Have a good one. Happy gardening. My eyes is burning. That's why you're not looking at me right now. Bye, y'all. Love you guys. Ooh, I don't know what's going on with my eye. All right, love you guys. Bye, y'all. And thanks for liking the video.